What's up, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down why NIO absolutely exploded today as it's up over 14%. What happened with earnings, which caused the share price to push very, very nicely. What's also going on with the overall market is we have very important data coming out for tomorrow. It's going to affect SPY, Tesla, and many stocks out there. But just note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. And deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends very soon in just about a couple of weeks. Anyways, NIO saw a very, very nice bullish breakout. At this rate, it does look like it's going to be approaching that $5 target. And we look very bullish right now after such a big bullish day and a nice big green bar that ended up forming. So the question is, why did NIO run like this and what's going to happen for tomorrow? Firstly, we're seeing a lot of very positive headlines coming out about how NIO stock is climbing after an upbeat outlook for revenue and EV deliveries, which is very, very awesome. It's having its best day in nearly 2 years as they expect another quarterly record in deliveries with a very, very nice increase in revenue. So that's what's making a lot of headlines right now. Then an EPS beat with deliveries growth that are very, very strong and very, very nice outlook for Q3. So what basically happened was they reported their fiscal second quarter revenue of about 17.45 billion yuan, which is about equivalent to about $2.4 billion USD. That's up over 98.9% year over year. And it's up over 76% from the previous quarter, which is very, very bullish. Also, we were expecting 2.44 billion, so it was very close to expectations. Then on top of this, when it comes to their EPS, we got about 30 cents per share, which is once again close to expectations. That's what the loss was, a loss of 30 cents per share. Still very close to expectations. And then for their overall year, we're actually looking at about $2.39. That's once again not too bad. That's very, very close to what we were expecting, at least moving forward. Deliveries were at about 57,000 in the quarter, up 144% year over year and 91% quarter over quarter. And then we also saw them deliver over 20,000 deliveries for both July and August. And now we're expecting a very, very good report for over 60,000 deliveries for the next quarter. So for this third quarter, we're expecting 61 to 63,000 deliveries in total. That's about a 10 to 13.7% year over year growth. And we're looking at some revenue for the third quarter to be around $2.63 billion, representing a 0.2 to 3.2% growth year over year, with a consensus of about $2.54 billion. We saw the share price dip quite a bit in the last 12 months, but there's a lot of optimism with a lot of growth coming, with potentially better margins, especially as new products are coming out. We have the Nvda L60 being launched, not to mention new competitors of the Tesla Model Y. I can't wait to see what else they announce, but it's very, very awesome news after earnings came out. Also, guys, don't forget that when it comes to their overall outlook, they beat on a lot of these earnings expectations, so it's very, very awesome to see. That's why they're getting a lot of recognition for that. So very, very awesome news. Now, for the overall market, there is something different that's going on I want to talk about. Just real quick before I start talking about the share prices, please remember that tomorrow is going to be Friday, September 6th, 2024. And 1 hour before the market opens, we have the unemployment numbers coming out. Unemployment rates expect to be between 4.2 and 4.3%. If it's too hot, that could be a little bit more bearish. That could be leading to more recessionary fears. And if it's decent, aligned with expectations, this could cause the market to hold up or even rebound a little bit. So we'll see what we end up getting. We also have the governmental and non-farm payrolls coming out. So we'll see what happens with the data. Expect a lot of volatility an hour before market open. This is going to cause a very, very big move tomorrow for the broader markets. Right now, there's about a 57% chance we get a 25 basis point cut and 43% chance we get a 50 basis point cut according to what the market's pricing in for the next FOMC meeting, which is less than 2 weeks away. On top of this, we also have the fear and greed index currently at neutral. It's getting closer to the fearful area, so we're going to be watching to see if this shifts in either direction. As of right now, the market is at fear. Momentum is slowing down, and we're seeing volatility still holding up very nicely. For tomorrow, we have over 270,000 of these calls expiring, even more than that. And we have over 650,000 puts expiring. So we have a 552 max paying with 2.29 being the put to call ratio. And we'll see how things develop from here. We have 106 million being our volume. That's more than twice than what we normally get. And then we also got some good ratings. Citigroup now gave NIO a buy rating just 2 days ago, right before earnings. The price risk ratio is going up a little bit. That means NIO is gaining some strength. And Fridays tend to be green about 53% of the time, so it's very optimistic looking for tomorrow. So the question is, what's going to happen, in my opinion, for tomorrow? What's my prediction? In my opinion, I think that NIO is going to continue to push. when you see very, very big green days like this, stocks tend to get a lot of attention. And it does depend on the unemployment numbers, of course. That's going to be another big factor. But from a technical standpoint, we're looking pretty good. We might be trying to get up to about $5 a share. And if we surpass that, we could be on our way for that 200 EMA at 5.61. So I think that we have a nice looking double bottom structure on the bigger daily charts. And I think we look very bullish on the 4 hour with good volume coming in. So generally, when you see a big spike in volume, volume does not just die out the next day. Usually it continues the next day too. There's a good chance we push for $5, if not 5.25 tomorrow. And we might try to fill this gap up here. So it looks more bullish to me. For other tickers out there, I just want to call out going back to SPY real quick. SPY is indecisive right now. We're barely holding the daily support at 547. If we lose that tomorrow after the unemployment numbers come out, we're looking for 543 at least or lower for a big dip. If we hold support and we start rebounding, look at 552.64 as resistance. If we manage to hold above that, we could be looking for a rally back up to 555 or higher. Whether or not we get the bounce depends on the unemployment numbers, so we'll see how that ends up looking. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't predict that perfectly, but that's what I wanted to just call out. For ES, we're looking a little bit weaker, but we're still holding support at 55.10. If we lose 55.10, we're looking for the 54.80 area. If we break past 55.58, we could be looking for a rally back up closer to 5600. We're stuck within this range, so we'll see which way we end up going, so we'll give this some time. For Bitcoin, Bitcoin's on a bit of a dip right now. We're looking for 56,000 as our main support. If we lose that, we could be dipping all the way down towards the 54,000 area. And if we hold this, we could try to rebound. We are looking more bearish though with this big dip that's coming. So be careful from a technical standpoint, but we'll see how things end up going depending on the data for tomorrow. Tesla has this big gap to fill on the daily. We could be trying to push up for 245 very soon if we break past 235. And the 4 hour is looking more bullish. If you look at Tesla, we have a nice inverse head and shoulders. So technicals look more bullish. They suggest Tesla's going to be pushing for 245 very soon. But if we end up losing 225, I'd be looking for that gap fill down to 220 just in case, because it depends on the data, of course. But overall, from a technical standpoint, Tesla is looking more bullish. For NQ, if we lose 18,800, we're looking for a dip all the way down towards the 18,500 area. If we break past our 20 EMA at 19,115, if we break that and close above that, we're going to be looking for a push for 19,300. We're stuck in the middle. We'll see which way we go. We're just waiting for data. So we'll give it some time. The QQQ got a decent close, actually close in the green, outperforming SPY, but we're still range bound. If we manage to break past 462, we're looking for 465 again. If that breaks, we're going to be looking for a rally back up towards 468. If we lose 458, we're going to be looking for a big dip all the way down towards the 453 area. We're completely range bound right now, so we'll see which way we go. But overall, we're doing a good job at holding up. We'll see depending on the data, but just give it some time. Apple's doing a good job forming a nice cup right now. Generally, this does lead to more upside for that 225 target, but technicals are not everything. It depends on the data. If we lose 222, we could be looking for a retest of 220. If we break 223.8, we're looking for 225 plus. Yes, it depends on the data, so give it some time. For the IWM Russell 2000, tomorrow, if we don't reclaim 212, we're going to be looking for a dip for 208. If we hold above 212, we could be looking for 214 all over again. Depending on the data, we'll see how it goes. We are looking a little bit weaker, but we haven't officially lost. We're not looking so weak to the point where we lost key support. We're still very close to 212, so we'll see how it goes. Coinbase is dipping right now. We're looking for 155 as our main support. If we continue to fall, we're looking for that to be tested. If we reclaim 160 tomorrow after the data comes out, we're looking for 167. As of right now, we look a little bit more bearish. We could be tipping closer to 155 before we try to bounce. Amazon is stuck in the middle. We're looking at 178 as resistance and 175 as support. If we break this 178 area, we're looking for 180 again. This could be forming a cup and handle, so it's possible we get a rally tomorrow, but that depends on the data, of course. Meta has the same thing going on. We're trying to rebound. If we break past 517, we're looking for the 520s. And if we end up losing support, we're looking for a dip. This looks a little bit more bullish. We'll see if 517 breaks for 520, so give it some time. Microsoft is just trading sideways. If we lose 406 to 405, we look for a dip for 400. And we break out, look for 410 as resistance for a push for 413. We're stuck in the middle, so give it some time. For Google, we're also stuck completely in the middle. We have 158 as our main support right now, and also 156. And then we have 160 as resistance. Whichever way we break will cause a much bigger move, so give it the time it needs. With that being said, guys, as far as the market goes, NIO is trying to push higher and it looks bullish. It looks like it wants to outperform the market. And we have that gap to fill at 5.25, so I anticipate upside is the most likely possibility. Whether or not that comes may depend a lot on the data, at least more for the markets, maybe a little bit less for NIO, but it will still affect NIO. So get ready for big data tomorrow before the market opens, and just know that NIO is still looking bullish nonetheless. Thank you for listening, guys. That's my analysis. Great job by NIO for good earnings, good guidance. I can't wait to see what the future holds. I'll be back very soon for another updates tomorrow. Until then, take care and peace out.